Turmeric might be the most researched spice in the history of medicine, over 10,000 published studies and counting. Yet most people using it get almost none of its benefits. Not because turmeric doesn't work. Because curcumin, its main active compound, has one of the worst natural bioavailability profiles of any studied substance. Your body absorbs less than 1% of it without specific cofactors. Here's the remarkable part. A study published in Plantamedica showed that adding just a small amount of black pepper to turmeric increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%. Not 20%. 2,000. One simple addition completely changes the equation. In this video, we are going to see what curcumin actually does in your body, why absorption is the central challenge, and exactly how to take it to get the full benefit. The curcumin research base spans thousands of studies, but a few landmark papers have defined what we actually know with confidence. The bioavailability problem was formally documented in Plantamedica. The Clinical Applications Review in Foods examined what human trials actually confirm, separating real effects from lab-only findings. These papers represent the current scientific consensus on what turmeric can and cannot do. The most common myth about turmeric is that adding it to your latte or smoothie delivers meaningful health benefits. The research says otherwise. Curcumin in plain turmeric powder is rapidly metabolized and eliminated before it can act. Blood levels after standard dietary consumption are essentially undetectable. The benefits documented in studies require either enhanced bioavailability formulations or co-administration with specific absorption enhancers. The bioavailability problem has three components. First, curcumin is fat-insoluble. It doesn't dissolve in water, which covers most of your digestive environment. Second, it's rapidly metabolized in the intestinal wall before reaching the bloodstream. Third, it's quickly cleared by the liver even in the small fraction that makes it through. Each of these three barriers cuts absorption further. Together, they explain the less than 1% figure. The supplement market has also created confusion. Most turmeric capsules sold in pharmacies and health food stores contain plain curcumin powder with no bioavailability enhancement. They often contain just 95% curcuminoids with no piperine, no phospholipid complex, no liposomal delivery. Buying these products and expecting clinical-level results is not supported by the research. You need to know what to look for on the label. A 2017 review published in Foods systematically evaluated the human clinical evidence for curcumin. The review found strong evidence for anti-inflammatory effects. Specifically, curcumin inhibits NF-κB, the master regulator of inflammation, and reduces pro-inflammatory cytokines including TNF-alpha and Illinois-6. Significant effects were also confirmed for joint pain in osteoarthritis, metabolic syndrome markers, and depressive symptoms, but only in studies using bioavailability-enhanced formulations. For osteoarthritis and joint pain, enhanced curcumin has produced some of the most impressive clinical results. Multiple trials show reductions in joint pain scores of 40 to 50% with enhanced curcumin supplementation. A head-to-head comparison with ibuprofen found comparable pain relief for knee osteoarthritis, with fewer gastrointestinal side effects. The mechanism is NF-κB and COX-2 inhibition, similar pathways to anti-inflammatory drugs, through a different molecular entry point. The benefits of enhanced curcumin span multiple health domains when studied in humans. Anti-inflammatory effects are the most consistent, but research also documents significant effects on mood, metabolic markers, and cardiovascular risk factors. Depression studies using curcumin alongside standard antidepressants have shown additive benefits, likely through serotonin and dopamine metabolism modulation. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Beyond piperine, the supplement industry has developed multiple enhanced delivery systems for curcumin. Each has different absorption and specific research support. The choice of form should match your goal and budget. They're not all equally studied for every outcome. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. The turmeric optimization framework is simple once you understand the bioavailability issue. If you're using food-based turmeric in cooking, always combine it with black pepper and cook in fat. This addresses all three barriers somewhat. If you're supplementing for clinical purposes, joint pain, inflammation, metabolic health, choose an enhanced formulation specifically. And dose it consistently, because curcumin produces cumulative anti-inflammatory effects over weeks. When you use enhanced curcumin consistently, the research documents a progressive response. Inflammatory markers begin declining within 2 to 4 weeks. Joint pain improvements typically peak at 6 to 8 weeks. Metabolic benefits, fasting glucose, lipids, emerge by week 12. This is the pattern consistent across clinical trials. Curcumin is not a fast-acting acute compound. It's a cumulative anti-inflammatory intervention. Here's the practical daily protocol for getting turmeric's full benefit. In the kitchen, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder with a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a tablespoon of olive or coconut oil, in any dish you're cooking. In supplement form, look for products labeled with Mariva, bioperine, theracermin, or liposomal curcumin. Take 500 to 1,000 milligrams of curcuminoids with a fat-containing meal once or twice daily. The specific form of turmeric you need depends on your goal. If you have active joint pain or diagnosed osteoarthritis, the Mariva phospholipid complex has the strongest clinical trial evidence with the most head-to-head comparisons against standard pain management. If your goal is metabolic health and general anti-inflammatory support, a bioperine-containing product at a lower cost is well supported and practical for daily long-term use. The bottom line on turmeric is this: the science is real, but the bioavailability is the deciding factor. Curcumin works, in studies using enhanced forms, for inflammation, joint pain, metabolic markers, and mood. Plain turmeric in a latte without a fat source and black pepper is mostly wasted. The solution is simple once you know it. Enhance bioavailability, be consistent, and give it time to work cumulatively. 10,000 studies on one spice. The research has done the work. Now it's just a matter of applying it correctly. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper alongside your turmeric, or one well-formulated supplement. That's the gap between getting the benefit and getting none. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups.